Only 3 teams in NFL history have won the Super Bowl the year after losing it. 1971 Cowboys, 72 Dolphins, and the 2018 Patriots. George Kittle and the 2020 49ers looking to become the 4th team to do that. Kittle, one of the best tight ends the game has ever seen. He's in the last year of his rookie deal, and he's set to become the highest paid tight end in football. And let's welcome in 49ers All-Pro George Kittle joining us on behalf of Gatorade. George, thanks for the time. How you doing? What's life been like for you during the pandemic?
I'm excellent. Thanks for having me on. It's definitely been different. You're not, with everyone all the time, which has definitely been different, but just looking for ways to get better every single day from, I turned my entire garage into a gym so I could hit all my off-season workouts every single day. And there's the family time that, you wouldn't get any other time has actually been incredible. My parents, they take care of my house during the season. So this entire off season, my parents have been living with me. So it's kind of different because I haven't been under the same roof with them for this long since high schools, but it's been definitely really fun for us to get that family time back.
Awesome to have the family time indeed. The NFL reportedly giving players the choice to sit out the upcoming season. What are your thoughts on this? And can you see a good amount of guys actually exercising that option?
I don't know. I don't want to speak for other guys. I know that, I want to play football. But at the top of my priority list is the player, the health and safety of every single player across the league. And, I think if the protocols, in place can keep players safe, then I'm all for it. But, I would totally understand, if guys, want to sit out to protect their families. I don't have kids, and I can't even imagine being in a situation where, it's hard to expose yourself when you have kids at home or if you, live with elderly people. So, I'm just going to try to show up and play football when I can. And I will not judge anybody for that if they want to sit out.
How has not being at the facility impacted your preparation going into the season?
It's definitely different, not having OTAs, not being in the locker room with the guys, not being able to build relationships with new players or rookies. It's definitely been different. But I think our team's done a great job through our Zoom meetings and, just talking to guys. I think, our team is very hungry. Guys are working really hard, and it's definitely been different. But at the same time, like I said, it's been really fun because it has been a challenge, to motivate yourself every single day to work out by yourself. But at the end of the day, I think our team has definitely gotten stronger. We might have a couple injuries here and there, but I think our team is definitely prepared and they're ready to roll when the season can and will start.
What's connected you to your teammates during this time?
Whether it was the Zoom meetings, whether it's just, reaching out, having conversations with guys, just a conversation here and there, a phone call here and there, just try to, keep up to date with everybody because it is different. You don't get to see the guys every single day for, those 2 months that you have OTAs. It is different. But I think our team is, like I said, I think we've done a great job of keeping in contact with each other, learning about each other. And just overall, like I said, I think the guys are hungry and they're just ready to roll.
I know you're a big WWE guy. Where'd that come from, and whose personality do you compare yourself most to?
Oh, wow. Compare myself most to? I don't know. I'll think about that. I got into it because one of my college teammates has been a diehard WWE fan, wrestling fan his entire life. I watched a little bit of The Rock and Stone Cold growing up. But, I was not in every, I didn't watch it every single week. But in college, I really got into it, and I really started watching it, which is, kind of late to the party. But, I really like it. I think my favorite thing about it is just the fact that those wrestlers have to perform, live on stage multiple days a week. And I think that's really incredible, all the things that they do out there in the ring. And I think that's why I respect it so much. Players, guys that I try to, take their personalities from, I love Seth Rollins. He's an Iowa guy. And so I got to meet him a couple times when I was in college. But I do, the Stone Cold and The Rock are just 2 of my favorite people ever. And their personalities are very different. But at the same time, they're similar because they're loud personalities, and but they're true to themselves, is what I love. And so I just try to be as true to myself as I can, and I guess I kind of have a loud personality, so the WWE definitely resonates well with me.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot then. Cut a promo on why you should be the #1 tight end in fantasy football.
Wow. That's tough. Thanks for putting me on the spot there. You're going to have to do one too then. Let's see. You got to draft me #1 fantasy tight end this year because we have an incredible offense. We got a lot of run plays, but our play action is above all better than everyone else across the league. You're going to watch me catching shallows. You're going to watch me walking in the end zone. It's going to be touchdowns left and right. And we're throwing the ball a lot more. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of points. draft me. We're going to have some success out there. Hey, I had 210 yards in 1/2. Let's see if we can beat that this year.
Boom. I'm a believer. You got me. I'm in. I know fantasy owners, of course, want you catching touchdowns, but what would you rather do? Deliver a monster block or catch a touchdown?
So like game-winning touchdown, I might take that. But my favorite thing in football is moving a man from point A to point B against his will. And to me, that is the greatest feeling I ever feel. So I'm going to go with a devastating pancake block because, when that person hits the ground and he has an exhale of breath and his soul leaves his body, that is one thing that I resonate with, and I keep that dear to my heart.
I love that. I love seeing when a big block is delivered and it's ooh, and the crowd goes crazy after seeing what you're watching on TV and you're like, dude, that dude just got knocked out. One of the big stories this week is Patrick Mahomes' new contract, signed a 10-year extension worth over $500 million. What's your reaction to the deal?
Honestly, it's just hard for me to wrap my head around that big of a number because it's the biggest deal in sports history. For a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he deserves every penny. What he does on a football field and off the football field, it's just incredible. And so, I'm more than ecstatic for Patrick Mahomes. It's incredible. Like I said, it's an astronomical number, and it's just amazing to me. And like I said, I'm incredibly happy for him because that's awesome, and I think it's really good for the sport of football.
How about a 10-year, $500 million deal for you?
Holy cow, that'd be fun. Not gonna lie, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be insane. I'm sure San Francisco would love to have you for 10 more years. Let's cut right to it. You've got the value of a wide receiver. You rank 6th in the entire NFL in receiving yards over the past 2 seasons, 2nd in yards after catch, trailing only Christian McCaffrey. Your agent said he doesn't care about the tight end market. He's being paid to do a George Kittle deal. What does that mean?
You got to ask him, man. He's the one that said it. So if you want to call my agent Jack, he'd love to come on your show and he'd love to talk to you about it. But, he's the one that talks about my contract for me, just so I don't misspeak.
What's important for you to stay in San Francisco?
I love my team. I have great coaches. I think we built an incredible culture there at San Francisco. And I think we have the right guys to win a lot of games. And so, like I said, I'm just looking forward to playing football again, especially being in this locker room. We have guys like Richard Sherman. We have Fred Warner. We have Nick Bosa. We have Jimmy G. We got Raheem Mostert in the backfield. We have a lot of weapons, and I'm just looking forward to being back out there on the field with them.
Eventually, you'll become the highest paid tight end in football, and I'm sure the 49ers will love to have you back in the mix for many years to come. I want to take you back to Super Bowl 54. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, stormed back to beat you guys. Hit you with a double-barrel question here. What was that like, losing that game, the feeling, and how much does that motivate you going into the season to prove what kind of team you are?
Losing the Super Bowl, I think you can ask anybody that's ever lost a Super Bowl. It's definitely one of the worst feelings you'll ever feel. But it's something that it does drive you a little bit, and I'm not the chip on my shoulder type of guy. But being that close definitely makes you want to win it. Being a child, my childhood dream was to win a Super Bowl, and so I still have that dream. And so that's still something that drives me. And I wouldn't say that losing the Super Bowl motivates me every single day, but winning a Super Bowl is what motivates me. And so that's why I get up and that's why I train every single day. And that's why I take care of my body.
I know you get motivation from your father as well. Your dad, Bruce, was a former star lineman at Iowa where you developed into a top prospect. Your dad writes you a letter before every game. What does that mean to you, have him pushing you and supporting you?
It means everything to me. My dad is definitely what I consider my best friend. He's been there for me every single step of the way, from coaching me in 5th grade tackle football to traveling soccer teams. He's always been my coach, and he just kind of gets how I click. And getting those letters from him every single week. In college, it was more of just a way for me and him to stay in touch because I was in college and he wasn't around. And but now being in the NFL, they're more of it's like a mental checklist for me. And getting those letters definitely gets me in the mood for game day, and it kind of flips that switch, and just gets me in the right mindset to go out there and headbutt some people. It's
awesome stuff with your dad, Bruce. It's pretty phenomenal. You're joining us on behalf of Gatorade. You're part of Gatorade Beat the Heat program. Tell us about it, and why is it important to you?
The fact that I get to work at Gatorade it's amazing because, being a kid, I drank Gatorade, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, I drink Gatorade, NFL, I drink Gatorade. And the fact that I get to work with Gatorade it's awesome. It's also kind of a dream come true for me because it's been something that I've been, drinking my entire life. And, the Beat the Heat program is also something that really resonates with me because being an athlete, I have to stay on top of my hydration. And, if I can help young athletes understand how to stay hydrated and how to perform at a high level, then I feel like I'm doing my job. And I think that, a lot of kids, especially now that you're working out by yourself, you're not in that team setting, you don't have a coach or a trainer, telling you to stay hydrated. It's a lot more, you have to be more self-aware about that stuff. And if you're dehydrated, you can't play at a high level, and your body also can't recover at a high level. So you can't, play the next day. And the fact that I can help Gatorade, push this message across and talk about hydration, how important it is. And, you don't want, people to take it for granted. I'm just really happy to be a part of the whole conversation, and the fact that I can help is really special to me.
What's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
It'd be Glacier Freeze or Riptide Rush.
Boom. I'm all in on blue Gatorade. Good stuff. George, hey, appreciate it. Appreciate the conversation. 49ers open the season September 13th at home against Arizona. George, thanks for the time. Best of luck this season, man.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.